You to listen to this and listen to me clearly. Whatever you see on the internet, on your timeline, your social feed, even on your Facebook, all of this is conditioning you to think, act, and do certain ways that you normally wouldn't if you didn't have social media. This is all covert social programming. You ever notice, ever since the Roe versus Wade was overturned, there's been a huge rise in the gender wars. There's been a huge rise in passport bros. And you know, within our community, the black community, or whatever you want to call yourself, there's been an intense amount of negativity and hate amongst once each other. You don't forget, you have to realize that we're being dealt with a hidden hand. There's somebody controlling and pulling the strings, and we're just sucking it up, sucking it up. We can't be easily fooled to go at the speed of our timeline. We're nature beings, we're light beings. We have to go up the speed of the light. These timelines and algorithms are set up for us to think in certain ways that's detrimental to ourselves and those around us. I'm gonna take the gender wars, for example. You notice ever since the Roe versus Wade was overturned, there's been a rise in gender wars. And this is all deliberate. This is all planned out. There's no coincidences, only alignment. So when we see these dominoes falling down, for those of you with the eye that will know, those of you that see the programming, the covert social programming to hate the opposite gender, to hate your significant other, to feel that you don't need anybody else, is detrimental to yourself. Because in the end, the people who are behind these messages, who are pushing these messages, they don't agree with what's being sent. They want to live their best lives, and they like to see you struggle. Remember, we're dealing with the 1%. The 1% is doing anything in their power to keep that power, praying, hoping that you don't rise up to see the truth for what it really is. It's a mass psyop to get the public in thinking, not even thinking, but they just want to test their strength to see how far they can take it. We're being toyed with the elite. They want to test it to see how far. Oh, can we get them to do this? Can we get them to keep the mask on? Can we get them to, get 5 inoculations? Can we get them to drive when we want? And this is where it's slowly turning. We are giving our power away so much that we don't realize that we are being like baby children, baby adults, I mean. We're baby adults. We're waiting for the next order. We're waiting for the next plan. I seen a video on Instagram, really pathetic, honestly speaking. I seen a video on Instagram where it was a Tesla charging station, and we all know lithium batteries isn't more sustainable than gas. I seen a Tesla charging station, and it was miles. It had to be at least 2 miles long, and these people would wait all day just to go charge their cars. What's next? Are they waiting until Elon Musk tell them, "Oh, you should drive only this amount"? How much power are you going to give away to the elite just because they seem cool? They seem like they have your best interests. Remember, looks could be deceiving. The truth is stranger than fiction. If you really believe this lie that electric vehicles are more sustainable than gas, then you're a fucking fool. I'll tell you that straight up. You're a fucking fool. You don't see, at least in New York, in the Northeast and stuff like that, all these lithium batteries are the cause of house fires and XYZ. And these are just efforts to use more energy while they harvest their own energy. They want to take all of the resources for themselves and leave you stranded with no answers. They want to leave you stranded on the side of the road, hoping that your car dies. They want to ban oil cars because they know that that's really more sustainable than lithium batteries. Everything that's been telling you is a lie. The media is used as a tool to hypnotize the masses. Even the word media comes from Greek mythology, Medea. Can you guess what Medea was the goddess of? You got it, the goddess of illusion. So we're watching media from television. We're watching the goddess of illusion telling lies to your vision. We're watching the goddess of illusion telling lies to your vision. This is all in front of you. If I was a part of the elite, I would be laughing at the general public because they don't see the power that they have. They think all this money is more powerful than unity, than being fearless, than moving as a force. Everything we see from not only the news, but every media, social media, media as in communications from the television, is a lie. It's skewing you to think a certain way. Everything is skewing you to have, so you could have a altered perspective on reality. Mark Zuckerberg, he had depositions a couple years ago for being wrongfully involved in the 2016 elections and also elections throughout different countries. I think Colombia, Brazil, a few other countries, right? And when you have these social platforms, Twitter, Facebook, you have a form of power because these people, masses amount of people, go to these social media sites as a source of information. They trust what they see. A lot of people take the internet seriously, right? They take the internet more seriously than they should, but they know this power and they use it to get a perspective that they want out of you. This is a mass control. This is mass hypnotization. And when we fall into this mass hypnosis, we're easily being persuaded, subconsciously being persuaded, and we don't even know it. So it's no coincidence that all of these virtual reality, the metaverse, all of these things are coming out, and it's becoming more easier and easier to stay overstimulated, whether it be AirPods listening to music all day, whether it be scrolling on Twitter all day, whether it be just wasting your time. All of this is wasting your time while they are preparing for what's about to happen. They're preparing for the worst. They're preparing for war. They're gathering all their food while we're constantly talking about football, relationships, passport bros, nothing that really matters in the grand scheme of life. So when we get focused and we get out of this lies told by media, lies told by the television, we get to see reality for what it was. And that's when they become scared. We become scared. We become a threat to them when we don't listen to their lies. We become a threat when we see the illusion in politics, whether it be Democrat, Republican, left, right, left wing, right wing, same bird. When more people come to this realization, that's when they start shaking in their boots. That's when they start realizing that we don't really have any power. We're just deceiving them to think we have power because we have money and we make the laws, but it's the people that hold the knowledge and keep the force going as humanity. It's not the 1%, it's us on the outside world. So we're fighting over nonsense, who you voted for this, who you voted for that, skin color, all that. Yeah, we have all those issues too, but there's a bigger fight as well at the same time. All these food shortages, all these things being burnt down, they're attacking black, white, yellow, green, alien, hybrid, GMO, God, demon. They're coming after you. So are you preparing for the war or even conscious of the war, what's going on? Family, we have to get our mind out of the media and get our head into reality. Where do you see yourself in the future? Are you prepared for what's bound to happen? Or are you just moving at the pace the elites allow you to move at? So this is food for thought, and I want you to get your mind right. Click the link in the bio for The Cage Bird Still Flies, my book I published on Amazon. If you want to get conquered, if you want to conquer the spiritual warfare we're in, I recommend getting The Cage Bird Still Flies out below. I'll be doing more content covering that book and following videos. So if you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you guys be well.